Good morning, everyone. I'm Robert Stevens here on the Robert Channel for this Sunday, 3rd of January 16, and here's your newscast here on the Robert Channel. Alright, first top headlines. Saudi Arabia's execution of cleric ignites fear in Iran. Militia members occupy federal building in Oregon after protest. Israeli extremists charging connection with deadly attack in Palestinian family. Donald Trump responds to being used in terrorist video. Mexican mayor assassinated one day after taking office. Fresh gunfire at India's Pathantok Air Base boosts death toll. Man on track struck and killed by Amtrak train in Washington. Trimble leads Terps past Northwestern in sport more in the sports score report. Elton John hits the slope with sons after birthday trip to Disneyland. McAuliffe urged to meet dissidents during mission to Cuba. Yemeni government forces clash with militants over Aden port. Hong Kong police open missing person case on bookstore co-owner. Government defense flood defenses funding after cuts warning revealed. Turkish President Erdogan cites Hitler's Germany as a model as he ramps up. Obama returns from Hawaii saying he's fired up for 2016. As flooding recedes in St. Louis area, communities to the south prepare for the floods. Next, Chicago police chief faces daunting mission and demanding Boston Ram Emanuel. 11 amazing races to watch on to understand 2016 elections. AAA projects gas prices to remain low in 2016. Blizzard killed thousands of cows and threatens Texas dairy business. Iran says its planned boost in oil exports won't harm market. Hasviland Pharmaceuticals does both of its unwavering pillars, Pearson and Ackman. This gadget makes you cheap Apple earbuds sound almost as good as Beats.
One of the most interesting political associations, I'm going to call it a bromance, during 2015. See what a heck cat I can be?
You'll never... Activision Blizzard's faced $46 million from Major League Gaming.
Very different experiences this year, and I'd like to get some analysis from you. Jim, thinking of the late Mayor Tom and the way he disposed
Alright, sorry about that. Jim Carter serves Downton Abbey as its beloved butler. George R.R. Martin's books is delayed, and it's alright, really. Now,
he's a legislator.
now, I'll be right back.
Race around South Iran. Those are big things. Those are he's trying to make Boston and himself seem tech friendly. Sometimes those things don't work out. As we saw in the Olympics, the governor took a much more hands-off.
All right, now
analysis done by this outside group. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the long.
All right, now back in sports. TCU ties biggest comeback in bowling history to beat Oregon in 3 overtimes. Barry leaves court on stretcher, awaiting update after being injured. After the Nuggets lost their 5th straight game, going 1 for 9 in the most recent games. And he was wheeled off the floor in a stretcher after the final buzzer. UFC 195, Lawler, Condit pummel each other in title fight. Only a 5th round bell could stop Robbie Lawler and Carlos Condit from hitting each other. Once it finally rang, the champion trainers stood by side side with the arms leaned up on the cage. Clippers rout NBA War 76ers 130-99 for 6th straight victory. Alright, and now on to sports scores. Football, UGA over PSU 24-17. Arkansas over KSU 45-23. TCU over Oregon 47-41. WVU over ASU by a very close one, 43-42. Now professional football. 1 o'clock games. First, our Patriots and the Miami are at 1.
Benefit from the help of sitting governor.
But, Tom Menino used to play this.
Bills and Jets.
Governor seems friendly with Salucci.
And
He actually had a good thing going.
Saints against the Falcons. Ravens against the Bengals. Steelers against the
But look, when you're talking about Charlie
Browns.
poll that came out not that long ago, the most popular governor in America.
Jaguars against the Texans.
All right, gents, so we'll take a short break, and when we
Titans against the Colts.
a little bit to 2006.
Redskins against the Cowboys.
It's coming up soon in New Hampshire. Stay with us.
The Eagles against the Giants.
I'm Anthony Lamacchia. With our guarantee
Bears against the Lions. 4 o'clock and 4:25 games are.
for free.
Tampa
Sold in 32 days.
Buccaneers against the Panthers. Raiders against the Chiefs. Chargers against the Broncos.
Best deals in our showrooms and
Seahawks against the Cardinals. 49ers against the Rams. And the 8:30 game will be the Vikings against the Packers. Basketball, NCAA men's college basketball. WVU over KSU 87-83. Michigan over Penn State 79-56. Clemson over FSU 84-75. UNC over GT 86-78. Xavier over Butler 88-69. TTU over Texas 82-74. Virginia Tech over North Carolina State 73-68. Miami over Syracuse 64-51. Dayton over Duke at 66-58. MSU over Minnesota 69-61. Providence College over SJU 83-65. Kansas University 102-74 over Bay. Cincinnati over Tulsa 76-67. Indiana over Nebraska 79-69. TAMU over Arkansas 92-69.
Me too. Now we just gotta get him in the car.
Duke over Boston College 81-64. UVA over Notre Dame 77-66. Georgetown over Marquette 80-70. Scar over Memphis 86-76. Iowa over Purdue 70-63. Nebraska over UNCW 65-63, or Northeastern rather. UK over Miss over 83-61. Oklahoma over ISU 87-83. Hoff over Taos 90-58. SMU over USF 72-58. Florida over UGA 77-63. Maryland over Northwestern 72-69. St. Bonaventure over DAV 97-85. Wow. SIU over UNI 75-73. LSU over Van 90-82. SDSU over USU 70-67. All professional coming up. Nova over Creighton 85-71. Gonzaga over SF 294. First, our Celtics lost to the Brooklyn Nets 100-97. Kings over the over the Suns 142-119. High scoring contest. Thunder over the Bobcats 109-90. Pistons over Detroit 94-82. No, makes no sense. Pistons over the Pacers over the Pistons 94-82. Cavaliers over the Magic 104-79. Bucks over Timberwolves 95-85. Pelicans over Mavericks 105-98. Spurs over the Rockets 121-103. Jazz over the Grizzlies 92-87. Golden Warriors over Nuggets 111-108. Clippers over the 76ers 130-99. Professional hockey.
You would think with his bombast and sort of his fringe
Red Wings over Sabres 4-3.
shifting stance.
Oilers over the Coyotes
These would not be the folks caught into
4-3.
He's bringing new people in the electorate. He's conservatives. He's appealing
Kings over the Flyers 2-1. Maple Leafs over the Blues 4-1. Lightning over the Wild 3-2.
about Donald Trump, so I'm going to be a little more cautious.
Panthers over the Rangers 3-0.
What do you think? You've been asking us
Devils over the
part of 6 months, and I am not changing my tune.
over the Stars 3-2.
Do not apply, apparently.
Penguins over the Islanders 5-2.
Will win New Hampshire and probably by a pretty good margin. The Jets
Predators over the Panthers. Ooh, loads of hockey. 2-1. Blue Jackets over the Capitals 5-4. Flames over the Avalanche 4-0. Jets over the Sharks 4-1.
in gold
Your league.
with Trump on both sides of it. He's never been involved in a political campaign, never really cared about an election before this one.
So you guys are both saying it's for real and it continues in the new year.
And when you look inside the numbers, the people
Leicester City and AFC Bournemouth were scorelessly tied.
All right, well, just to be the contrary.
Arsenal over Newcastle United 1-0.
I can't get any more hate mail than I already get. I think Jeb Bush is right. Trump cannot insult his way to the presidency, and that he'll be gone.
Manchester United over Swansea City 2-1 in soccer.
Massachusetts will turn out to be his best.
Manchester City over Watford 2-1.
If I'm right, I want this duly noted. If I'm wrong, which is more likely, I want everyone to forget I said
the
the
tape, yeah. Keeping in mind the primary and general electorates are very
More soccer scores. Oh, and then girls, it's far from over. We got.
Thank you for joining
Oh, this is going to be a pretty long one.
colleagues for more WBC News.
Espanyol and Barcelona to a scoreless tie. While Atletico Madrid wins over Levante 1-0. Malaga over Celta Vigo 2-0 in Espanyol's soccer. Now NCAA girls hoop. OSU over Maryland 80-71. USF over ECU 61-59. Stanford over Arizona 59-34. UCLA over Oregon 80-69. ASU over California 57-49. Texas over TTU 86-62. Oregon State over USC 57-49. That concludes your sports. Now onto the weather forecast. Right now it is 32 degrees and sunny skies here in Metro South. Today will be 44 sunny, and tomorrow will be cloudy, low 10, high 27. Tuesday will be sunny, low 19, high 27. Wednesday will be sunny, low 25, high 43. Thursday mostly sunny, low 27, high 42. Friday mostly sunny, low 34, high 43. Saturday some showers, low 37, high 45. That concludes your 7-day accurate weather forecast here on the Roberts Channel, as well as your entire Sunday morning newscast here on the Roberts Channel. So I will see you again later on with another one. Take care, everybody. Have a good Sunday ahead.